Hello, this is going to be my last lesson because I've come across too often with a situation that made me very distraught. Is that I offer to teach, right? I say, yeah, like I have a lot to teach. Come on, pay attention. And then I teach something, and my students comes to me and say, yeah, no, but I don't really understand that, but I want to show you what I can do, so you can tell me it is good. I don't know. He doesn't finish the sentence. Let me show you what I can do. Like it's always that. Like, here, this is what I know. And dude, if you want to learn, what you already know is important for the teacher to be able to give you instructions on how to improve on that. But if you think you already know everything, why are you learning? Why do you want me to teach you anything if you only want to show me what you have? You're like, okay, okay, show me, but then don't ask me to teach you anything. And it has happened way too often, and I have a feeling that people don't really want to learn. If they do want to learn, my messages are open. Just text me or whatever. My email is gajoflute@gmail.com, so really easy. But I'm not really expecting anyone to message me, so that's why I'm saying this is probably gonna be my last lesson, because people don't really want to learn. So why do I bother? I'm just gonna finish everything up, and I'm not even gonna give examples. If you really want to like experience what I'm about to say, go to your instrument and play the chords yourself. Okay, I'm not your daddy. Um, the last lesson, the last thing that I have to teach you, and then once you know that, if you've been following my lessons, you'll be able to do any diatonic songs. Diatonic means a song that is played within a scale. It doesn't have any chords or notes that are out of that scale. So diatonic music only has 7 notes, not 12. So do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, that's diatonic. And I've posted something in Instagram. Go check out Flute Guy on Instagram if you haven't already. And there I talk about harmonic fields, which are important for this that I'm about to say, because basically what I'm about to teach you is the names slash functions of each of the degrees. The first degree, it is the tonic, right? Is the one that is going to be your house, right? The second very important degree that we need to learn is the fourth, not the second degree. The second degree is the second most important. We're gonna get to that because it's not the second. It's the other one that is also a subdominant. Subdominant, I've mentioned before. It sounds like a step to the side when you're dancing, like do 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 do. Yeah, like that. I told you I wasn't gonna do any of the sounds. You have to go look it up, so I won't. So the subdominant is like this step to the side, and you can make it on the fourth degree or on the second degree. So if you're having a song that is in Do, you can play Re minor. Again, think about the harmonic field that I'm teaching on the Instagram. D is the second degree on a major scale of Do, so it will be minor. Every second degree of a major scale is always minor. So this is what I mean with harmonic field. You already know all the types of chords that you're gonna play for each note of the scale. So you go for the second degree, that's also a subdominant. So you can go Re, Do, and have the same feeling of sidestepping. And then once you go to the fifth, which is the dominant, which is also played with the seventh, a minor seventh, in the tonality of C. We're talking about the G7. The G7 is a dominant chord of C. That is a preparation chord, and that also has an alternative in the scale, which is the seventh. The seventh in the scale of C is the B, right? So it's like one behind, right? It's a in the context of harmonic fields, the B is gonna be the seventh. Is gonna be a half diminished chord, and that also works as dominant. Okay, it's what does a dominant means? Remember, I'm like reviewing this because I already told about it. I already talked about it. A dominant chord is a chord that prepares for the fundamental. So what I'm telling you is that there are two subdominant chords and two dominant chords. All right? Can you remember? I just said what are the subdominant chords and what are the dominant chords. Like, go back into the video, try to answer it by yourself. That's how we learn. If you're wrong, that's good. If you realize you're wrong, it means you are correcting yourself. But that's how we learn. So to be wrong is one of the best things in life. Unfortunately, I'm rarely wrong, so I haven't learned much in a long time. Except for the guitar, I've been learning the guitar a lot, meaning I play it badly. Anyways, we're left with only two chords, right? The sixth and the third, because the first we have 7 chords on the harmonic fields. The first is a tonic, the tonality. The second is a subdominant. The third we haven't spoken of yet. Then the fourth is a subdominant. The fifth is a dominant. The sixth we also haven't talked about it yet. And then the seventh is a dominant. Okay, so we have the third and the sixth to work here. What do you think they function as? So we have the dominant, the subdominant, and the tonic. Do you think the third works as a subdominant, a tonic, or a dominant, right? And this is interesting because the third is also called the mediant, the mediante in Portuguese. It is the mediator of the entire thing. It can work as a subdominant, but it can also work as a tonic, right? And in the proper context, it can even work as a dominant. So this name mediant, it's interesting because it reflects how it is halfway between all the other functions. The third would be the E on the C scale, on the Do scale, right? Do, re, mi, C, D, E, right? The E, this E, it has this very flexible characteristic. And, well, surprise, surprise, the sixth is the inversion of the third. So, in fact, the sixth also has a lot of the properties of the mediant, except for one small detail. It is pretty much a dominant, a tonic, okay, a tonic. And why is that? Like, it can work as a dominant, not a dominant, it can work as a subdominant, it can work as that sidestep, right? But there is something that makes it different from the mediant, the third degree, is the fact that the sixth degree is also the relative minor. So if you play all the notes of Do, of the scale of Do, starting on A, which is the sixth, you're gonna get a minor scale. And the minor scale is so fundamental, now strictly speaking, not in a musical sense, like it's fundamental to the theory of music, that it is impossible not to hear it as your tonic, okay? It can be, it is almost as a false tonic, like, so you're doing something in a major key of Do, and then you do all the steps to go back to Do, and you finish on A minor. It's gonna sound as if you're going to a darker place, but it's still the fundamental. You're still going to home, okay? It's just a different home, okay? And to make it work as a subdominant, then you have to put it on the middle of the progression. It involves a little bit of somewhat more subjective approach to the process of composition, right? But as I said, I am not gonna give you any examples. If you want to go after it, you'll find it. The information is out there for anyone who wants to study I'm just too tired of dealing with people who are not willing to learn. They are just trying to find an audience for whatever it is they want to show, and I'm not an audience, I'm a teacher. Okay, I might be an audience in another context, but when I tell you, do you want to learn, please don't answer yes, let me show you what I know. Just be mindful, just be open, and just receive and practice, and trust the process. You're gonna learn something. Okay, that's it. And well, if you are really interested in learning and you think it's worth paying for it, send me a message. I'm not gonna teach for free anymore. It's over. Bye.